Hello. Hello on Instagram. Welcome to Magical Monday. It is Linda Joy Ben, and a welcome on YouTube. Just waiting for here we go. So welcome everybody to Soulful Ascension. And this is such a magical time on earth. The energies that we're feeling, you could be feeling the intensity of the energy, but just know that we're in the eye of the storm right now, and everything is being like thrown up in the air as we recreate our new world. There's new structures, there's upgrades, mass consciousness, higher consciousness. So at the moment, everything's being thrown up in the air for us to really come back to our heart. Now, we have just moved into Taurus. So in today's episode, I will talk about the qualities of Taurus, plus we have the new moon this Sunday, or if you're in Australia, very early Monday morning. Um, Also about who you are being, because this is about how you are showing up. There's a lot of changes. 2025 is all about change and transformation. It's all about breaking down the old structures, breaking down the old patterns, breaking down the old paradigms, the old belief systems, breaking down the old wounds in order to have a breakthrough. So when we actually and because just on that note, because everything's coming to the surface, and we've been talking about looking at your shadows, looking at those parts of yourself, those past wounds, those parts of yourself that are still healing from the past trauma, past events, past experiences that have left you either feeling like a victim or actually, well, in my case, it was soul shattering. And what did you learn from that experience? Now, and I've mentioned this in bits and pieces of when I trusted this energy healer worker, and she invited me to a plant medicine ceremony. She's got another agenda, but she was also quite narcissistic in her behavior. But I've come out the other side much stronger, more discerning of that energy, also learning more about narcissism and that behavior. So I thought that if I shined all this light out, I will never attract that dark energy. But in this experience that I went through, and on some level, we agreed. Before I came here, our souls agreed. So she could actually help me to really be much stronger, more resilient, more discerning. So it's actually, I'm feeling a lot of gratitude and acknowledging how much I have grown from that experience. So, in regards to you, think about significant emotional events that you have gone through in the past that have maybe been soul destroying, that completely knocked you out. This could have been a diagnosis, it could have been a relationship, because a lot of relationships are breaking down right now in order to bring in the new. It could have been a career or a old job that you had where there was bullying, or whatever trauma or those significant emotional events that you still feel some charge for. And this is your opportunity to actually clear and end and complete and heal those past wounds. So as things are coming to the surface, clear out because with the new moon we're planting new seeds, but before you plant new seeds in your garden, you need to pull the weeds out. So what weeds are in your garden? And hello on Instagram, thanks for joining. So this is a week of rebalance, reset, recalibrating, but also navigating the changes, because we're all feeling all these massive changes. But are you being knocked out of balance? And balance is the first step of the BENN Method. So if you'd like to find out more on the BENN Method, which is Advanced Self-Care to the Soul, I invite you to join me on the free masterclass tonight at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is 11:30 a.m. Australia on Tuesday. But today is Monday. So look at who you are becoming through this transformation process, through this breakthrough, and acknowledge yourself of the changes, the massive changes, the massive upgrades that you have gone through, and acknowledge yourself for how much your soul has learned and grown from any experience, because that's what we came here for. Earth is our playground. This is where we get to play and go through all these experiences for our soul to learn and grow. So when you can just see it from that perspective and go, oh, am I taking life too seriously? Am I getting caught up in these old patterns and fear and victimhood, or playing small, or not being my true self, which is this powerful, magnificent, amazing being? And I mean, that's the work I do for individuals. I just remind them of who they truly are as a soul, so they can remember who they are as a soul and their soul's mission. And that's in a nutshell, because we're all here to have relationships with one another. And if you are triggered by somebody who you are relating to, because every single person that is in front of us is a teacher for us. We are all learning, we're all growing. So listen to what this person is saying. Try it on and go, wow. And if you are triggered from what they're saying, it's like, is this my truth, or is this their truth? And you could even ask them, is this a projection on me or a judgment, or is this your truth? Because we all are unique. We have different belief systems. We have a different perspective. And this is one of the modalities I've been teaching for over 20 years, is about shifting consciousness, expanding awareness, and changing the way that we think, rewiring the neurological networks in our brain so we think differently, we see the world differently, we see things through different eyes and a different perspective and a different outlook. And then we come back to our heart, because we're not triggered by the external world. It's like, who I am being is, and my true self is love and peace and joy. And when you drop into your heart and feel that, then the external world is not triggering you. You're just going, wow, that's fascinating behavior, and being completely neutral. But if there is any charge, well, this is what is coming to the surface right now, which can throw you out of balance. It can make you feel wobbly, and the energy is so intense right now. It is really in our face, and it's forcing us to see those parts of ourselves that are yet to be healed. And this is my message for today, is to take time to heal those past wounds, because we are now in Taurus. Now, I'm a Taurian, I'm a proud Taurian, but Taurus is about grounding. This is why I keep saying, make sure ground, send your grounding cord down, connect with nature. And Taurus are very reliable, like hello to all my Taurus people out there. Taurus are hardworking. We are grounded, centered, but we can be stubborn. I know that. But this is about you tapping into, where are you feeling ungrounded, feeling wobbly, feeling just out of balance, and going, whoa, this could show up in your sleep patterns. Maybe it's showing up in how you react or respond to another person in front of you. All your relationships are all mirrors for you to recalibrate, but it's also like a barometer to show you where you're at, because that person in front of you in that present moment is a teacher for you. And if they're pushing a button or triggering you in any way, look at it as an opportunity in order to learn and grow. And that's what we came here to experience as in this human experience on this playground, because your true essence is unconditional love. When you are a spirit, and just floating around, you're a soul just floating around in the cosmos, and you're all pure unconditional love. Well, it's like there's nothing to learn. But here on earth, we go through this earth school, this university, we all get our PhDs in life, and these are the upgrades that we are all going through right now. And everyone's at different stages, and the tools that I teach in the BENN Method are the tools to help you go from misery to MoJOY, which is heaven on earth. It's like that's the bridge, and all the tools and the spiritual practices and everything that I teach in the academy are the tools to help you go from misery to MoJOY. And it's really that simple. And like I said, it's just remembering who you are as a soul and why you are here, and your soul's purpose and your soul's mission. So think about this week is, and also be aware of any triggers, and also see a lot of it's all on social media now. And there's a lot of headlines, and it's like just seeing the headline is triggering people, because it's all clickbait. They're all after the likes, and it's like some people thrive on drama, so they will keep clicking it. But just ask yourself, is this enhancing my life? Is this bringing me joy? And we talked about this last week. Is this making me happy by watching this drama? And is it distracting me away from my new goals, your new future, the new world that you're creating? These are all the questions to keep asking yourself, because there's a lot of distractions out there, and we are all being tested. Every single one of us is being tested right now. And this is our opportunity to complete and close out these old patterns, to close out and end these old ways of being and the old behaviors, the old habits, the old ways of doing things, and keep dropping into your heart and grounding and just feeling peace. And when you can keep going through this process, moment by moment, bit by bit, without judgment, without judging yourself, without judging other people, and just be in your heart and just go, this is home. When you can keep dropping into your heart and just breathing. And this is where it's also, grounding is so supportive for you right now. The more you can ground, because Taurus is an earth sign and Taurus is all about grounding. So for the next month, just make sure you keep grounding and just recognize when things come to the surface, because there's so much clearing out. There's so much debris and old stuff. We're clearing out the warehouse of our soul and going, oh yeah, I'm still holding on to that old belief or that old story, and how does that make me feel, and how can I change it into a blessing, into a learning, into a silver lining, and going, wow, this is what I learned from that experience. And again, I'll use myself as an example with the woman who used to be my friend. Well, I thought she was a friend, and but I gave her my power, and she was feeding off my energy and my light. But on some level, I allowed that. So what she has taught me is be aware and discerning of energy vampires. Excuse me. And if you have experienced something similar where you've given your power away to someone, it doesn't feel good. And the aftermath of how that feels. And it's like you could go through all these emotions of anger and resentment. And I know I did. And speaking for myself, I felt angry that this spiritual teacher was out there collecting souls to do that. And it's like, oh my God, how this is all about injustice. But if you look at it from the souls that need to go through that experience will be attracted to this person. And that's the way that we need to look at it. We're all here to learn and grow. And if we need to go through the experience to upgrade our consciousness, but also to come back to our authenticity, our sovereignty, our truth of who we are, our power, and learning discernment and other people's agenda, and recognizing what their agenda is. And people show you who they truly are all the time. If people cannot make eye contact with you, well, that means it's like they're hiding something. So that's a red flag. If they're judging or saying snide remarks or projecting onto you or belittling you or gaslighting you, that's a red flag. If they're love bombing you, and that's another red flag. All of this is like narcissistic behavior where they hook you in, and it's all about control and manipulation. So, but you have a choice, because as a human, we all have free will and we get to make choices every single day. We are making decisions and choices. And also forgive yourself for any past choices that you have made in the past that maybe weren't for your highest good and destiny, and forgive yourself. So look at the learning that you receive from going through that experience. Everything on this playground is an opportunity for us to learn. And everything is a blessing. And just remember, you as a soul are so powerful, so full of unconditional love and light, and nothing and no one can hurt you, harm you, or destroy you. They can try, but and just like in my situation, I was completely knocked out. I went to rock bottom. But in that experience, I learned how to heal my body naturally, medication free, regardless of all the labels that the medical profession gave me. I used my own tools to heal myself naturally. And that's everything I teach in the BENN Method. That is why I created my academy. This is everything. This is my legacy, and this is why I created it, because I have gone through this experience for a purpose. And in this life, and why I created my BENN Method, is to work with those who have been completely knocked out by giving their power away, by all the experience of maybe a narcissist, or gone through health issues, or created, experiencing illness or disease, or physical pain, emotional pain, mental trauma, anything that's happened in your past where you feel stuck now and feel frustrated, or you're experiencing other either health challenges in any way, or even in business, or relationship challenges, career, or being bullied. I mean, there's so many different experiences that we go through on a daily basis. But at the end of the day, it comes back to, who are you being and who are you becoming? And cleaning up and letting go of the old ways of being. And that's where what we are working through right now. That's the transformation that humanity is going through right now. And in order to go through that transformation, to go through the massive upgrades and changes, the old structures, the old paradigms, the old belief systems have to crumble and break down in order to have a breakthrough. And so if you are suffering or struggling, or if you're going through challenges of any sort right now, this is your opportunity to let go and clear up these past wounds in order to create your new future, your new reality. And this weekend with the new moon, this is your opportunity. We also, last new moon, the end of March, remember, we also had the solar eclipse, well, plus the equinox. So we are still feeling the energy and the aftermath of that powerful energy. And so, again, this is another opportunity for you to clear up these old patterns, beliefs, change. Maybe it's changing your diet so you do feel healthier, changing old behaviors that are self-destructive, that are hurting you, either physically, emotionally, mentally, and that are affecting your relationships in your life. And with all relationships, there's a lot of relationships that are breaking away. And this is our opportunity just to clean out those people that are not for our highest good and destiny. And just recognize that in order for us to grow and move forward for our highest good and destiny, some of those relationships are not on the same wavelength. So just keep dropping into your heart and making new choices for your highest good and destiny. Because when you're in your heart, you're coming from a place of love and neutrality and peace and joy. And anyone who's not in alignment with you, send them love, because they're just caught up in the fear or the fear mongering or egoic choices. And just this is where the discernment comes through, and being aware of, okay, I send them love, and you have a choice. I choose to move away from these people or this association or this group or this network or whatever it is, because that's more empowering for you. And to stay focused on the new reality you're creating, your new future. Okay, let's choose some cards, because everyone is just going through massive breakthroughs, massive new beginnings. Every new moon is a new cycle, it's new beginning, it's planting new seeds for your future. And next Monday when I'm live, I'll go into this even more, but this week is about clearing out the clutter, clearing out those old patterns, those old behaviors, beliefs. Any beliefs is just a choice that you're choosing to believe that belief, but you can easily change it and reframe it into what you want. So what do you choose to bring into your new reality? What does the new reality look like for you? And we got Lady Nada. Lady Nada is all about heart awakening. And this is what is everyone is experiencing, this heart awakening, when you can keep grounding, drop into your heart, and feel your heart awakening. And this is awakened to acceptance and divine love, and give and receive in balance. So if you've been feeling out of balance and thrown off with the intense energies right now, this is your time to reset, rebalance, recalibrate, to re-navigate. It's a bit like on a sailing ship. It's like, the wind may blow you, and it's like, let me just reset the sails and recalibrate my GPS, and it's like you keep moving into your destination. So what is your destination? What does your destination look like? And focus on that and plant those new seeds of intention. Okay, I'll give you the extended version of Lady Nada. And there we go. So the cave of your heart is opening wide for you to experience divine love. You have an opportunity to overcome past pain, heartbreak, and letdowns. This is a wonderful time to cherish and love yourself, and then allow yourself to be cherished and loved by others. If you feel love revealing itself clearly in your heart, have courage and move into a state of trust. You are reminded that when true love is present, when divine love is present, there are no obstacles to overcome. It will be there, clear, pure, and real for you to experience. Your relationships are being brought into harmony on all levels of your life. Give and receive divine love with yourself and all those around you. So this is a message to trust yourself, okay? Trust trust your inner guidance, trust yourself. And there's a confirmation. My nose is itchy. Every time my nose is itchy, that's a confirmation of, yeah, what I'm saying. It's my truth. So feel into your truth and what is awakening in your heart. Okay. And only you can answer this question, because you're unique. You're you. No one else on the planet is like you. And it's about being your true, authentic self. Step into your sovereignty, step into your truth, step into the true being, your true essence of who you are as a soul and what you came here to be and do and have and live out and do your soul's mission, your soul's purpose. That's what you came here for, to be. But if you're trying to fit into someone else's mold and fit into the people pleasing and giving to others and allowing others to take your energy and power and drain your energy, well, then it's like you've gone off track. So this is about recalibrate, come back into alignment with your heart, with your soul, with who you truly are, your true essence, and how are you being in the world? How and who are you becoming? Because it's about recognizing the patterns and what needs to change in order to make those changes, and then who you are becoming. So this week, focus on what's coming up for you, what needs to change, and then what do you choose to replace it with? And just know there's only two emotions, love and fear. So any fear that's coming up, this is your opportunity to turn it into love. Turn lemons into lemonade is another expression that you may have heard. And just know that the turbulence in the world is, it has to happen. All these old structures need to be turbulent, like the financial structure. And it's, we're all recalibrating and creating a not new financial system, the healthcare system, the governmental systems. All these old structures are all restructuring. It's all turbulent, but do not get caught up in the fear, because we are creating a whole new structure and a new way of being in the future, which is the new world that we're creating. So just see this turbulent time is as a breakthrough for humanity, for the earth. And even Mother Earth is going through her own restructure and recalibration with earthquakes and volcanoes and eruptions and weather patterns of floods and droughts and whatever it is. So every system, it's like going through this big cleansing, purging, completion, ending. That's what we are witnessing right now. And just see it as exciting, because we are creating all new beginnings. We are creating the new earth. We are creating our new realities. And this is when it comes with mass consciousness, everyone is tapping into creating the new world that they choose. This is magical. This is where we can actually all together create the world that we choose, which is a world of peace, where everyone loves each other and respects each other and honors each other, and have more light on the planet, and it will wash away the darkness, because we're transmuting the darkness into light. If we're not feeding the darkness and focused on the darkness, well, then this is the new world that we're creating, because the darkness won't survive. And so just keep focusing on more light and keep spending time out in nature under the sun. And that's where you become more light within your being. You become this illuminating, radiating love and light out into the world, or go and stand under the stars and the moon. And it's like that's what's being activated in all of us. And all the planets and the stars are all supporting you through this massive transformation and change of 2025, supporting you to be who you truly are as this magical, powerful light being. Try that on and let me know how you go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to choose another card from the Psychic Tarot, and we'll see what comes through for you. Let me just check the comments here, and thank you for watching. And also, if this resonates with you, please subscribe, share this video. It all helps with the algorithms. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Really appreciate the community that we're all building together. And I mean, that's my purpose. Okay, I've got recognition and reward, sacrifice, spiritual strength, and then fertility. So, but the others are reversed. So what that tells me is that, well, basically that sums up everything that we've been talking about, is the sacrifices that we've made, but also look at what you've learned, acknowledge yourself of and that how much you've learned and grown, and you've come out the other side. And when you look at that, we are all spiritual beings, we're all here to grow as a soul, and that's the strength and the resilience and the discernment and the courage that you have as a soul through all these experiences that you went through, in order for you to plant new seeds for your new future. And there's the fertility card, because this is a fertile time of new beginnings. This is your opportunity to truly step in to your power, your magical, magnificent power of your sovereignty, your authenticity, who you truly are, and create your reality from a place of love and peace and joy. So on that note, I will finish up, and I wish you a magical week of new beginnings. Enjoy writing out your intentions and your goals for this new moon. And also I invite you to the free masterclass tonight at 6:30 Pacific time or 11:30 a.m. Brisbane, Australia time. And that is on Zoom. It's live with me, and I can answer any personal questions, any questions that you have. This is an opportunity for us to have a conversation. Okay. Sending much love through this ascension process, and sending much love and many blessings. Have a magical week, and I'll see you next week.